So there it is. Let's mute the laptop. There we go. Monday Night Huddle, first episode is a go. So I've got with me today for the first episode, not live stream, pre-recorded episode. I've got Lee. How you doing, Lee? You okay?
I'm living the dream, mate. How are you?
Why are you robbing me sayings, bro? Why are you robbing me sayings?
Living the dream.
I'm good, mate. When you say that, you're not living a dream, are you?
It's somebody's dream, innit? It's someone's dream.
That's it. And we've got Perry. Perry, give us a bit of info about where are you from, mate?
Thanks,
What you do?
How are we? You all right?
Living a dream.
Good.
Hey.
I'm Perry. I play for the Bournemouth Bobcats. I'm a cornerback. That's pretty much the most amount of football information I need to give you, I guess, really.
Well, obviously, we'd love to know if you have a team. Do you follow a team?
I do. So I'm a bit of a nerd. So you can like hammer me with questions if you need to. But I'm a massive Eagles fan. But I'm just generally a massive. I was hoping one of you were a Cowboys fan.
No, I wouldn't allow it on this show, my friend. Honestly.
Oh, mate, these are two of them at the same time.
Yeah. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Well, listen. So for anyone, this is our first episode of Monday Night Huddle. We'll be talking all things britball with a bit of NFL. It is getting to that part of the season. This episode will be airing on a Monday, a week today, so we're already pre-recording it. That's how far in advance. Might even just put it on tonight. We don't know yet. But it's February. It's nearly March. That's the time of the year when your regulars start turning up for training. I said what I said. How are Bournemouth looking? Tell us how you did last season. I'll
give you a rundown. With regards to pre-season, etc. Obviously, I can only go through so much. I don't want to give stuff
100%,
away.
100%.
Yeah, last year was a bit of a typical down, not a typical down year, but a bit of a down year for us. Typically, we usually do better than we did. It was new head coach, new scheme, new everything. So we were muddying through it. But this year, there seems to be just a different way we've structured things, and it's working. That's all I can really say about it. But off season is well underway, like as it should be. We're nearly at March, and it has been really great. And the changes we've made and how we structure it, like I can see how it's going to benefit us in the long run.
Good. Well, it's an interesting one because you guys are in. Right, let me just get this up right. I tell you, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about this season. Okay, let's get your fixtures up. Hang on, wait there. I've done this completely wrong, haven't I? Let's have a look.
I can recite the teams for you if you want.
No, we're gonna go one better, mate. Boom. Right, let's change this so it's like that. Look at that.
That's lovely.
Look at that, getting professional or what? Right, so you guys have got Bristol Apache,
yep,
Hereford Stampede, who got promoted,
yep,
Solent Thrashers, and South Wales Warriors. Now,
correct,
last year, from what I remember from doing the other Monday night show I used to do, South Wales Warriors were doing really well, and then they kind of like dipped.
Well, I wouldn't say they dipped. So they won the division at 7-1. So they had a really, really strong season. I can't remember too much about the postseason. We weren't there, so I didn't pay a lot of attention to it.
Apologies. My dipped comment meant postseason.
Then obviously, like they didn't make it. They made it to the dance, but they didn't make it all the way. But if I was them, I'd be really, really encouraged by what was their last season. It's going to be a hell of a division, like it was last season. So,
okay, Lee, you got any questions on this division?
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a case of who do you think? Obviously, you know this division better than anyone else. Who do you think your biggest competitor is in that league? And who do you think's not necessarily going to be a walkover, but one you're looking forward to because it's probably going to be an easy win?
That's a brutal question.
I'll have my own way of answering it as well. I'm going to give for the first question. I'm going to give two-pronged. Our main opponent is ourselves. Essentially, we're gonna get out of this season as much as we put into it. So first and foremost, our main opponent is ourselves, and making sure we're better than ourselves each and every day. Obviously, geography based, like Solent is a key fixture for us because we're both South Coast. We're very close to each other. It's a game I look forward to. It's good. It it pushes me to my limits, that game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to games against all of them. To be fair, they're all quality sides. Like, we played Hereford a couple of seasons ago before they went down. They're a hard hitting team, like, and their ground is beautiful as well. Like, it's 4 good teams in this, 4 good teams we have to go up against, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We also have a Saturday night game against Hereford, which I'm looking forward to. So,
are you streaming that?
I'm not sure if we're going to stream it. We logistically we have a bit of difficulty because we're next to an airport, so they don't like a lot of things, which is, I get it. So, but maybe there's also an issue with signal down there as well. That other streaming platforms have tried to do it and struggled. So, fingers crossed we'll get some streaming, but might not be.
I played a what we call a soccer game on a pitch next to an airport. And where I live, you obviously see planes, but you don't see them as low as that. And I remember the ball being hit by someone from the halfway line. There's a plane going over, and the goalkeeper's like, look at that ball's gone in the net. The coaches pulled them off quicker than you can say crash landing. Honestly, so yeah, no, get that completely. I mean,
the worst thing is when your coach is trying to give you some feedback on a passage of play, and then you just have to wait because there's this massive plane that's taken 5 minutes to take off. But yeah, but with regards, like I'm buzzing for this season. I don't know what I'm excited for it. I'm coming back from quite a traumatic injury as well, so I've got something to prove to myself. But it's quite a big year for us. It's our 40th anniversary this year, so it's quite a special year for us. So we're doing we're trying to do a load of things. Nothing's kind of like set in stone yet, but we've got loads of things in the pipeline. We want to do plans to do an Armed Forces Day game, so in conjunction with the Armed Forces Day. One of our games, as I said, will be Saturday night against Hereford, which will be our 40th anniversary game. We're going to get loads of alumni out and stuff like that. It's going to be awesome. And additionally, and last but not least, we are having one additional themed game, which is to honour our late Bobcat family member and friend Chris Coop, who also photographed for our club and many other clubs as well. And he lost his battle with MND late last year, so we'll be doing an NMD specific game where we'll hopefully raise loads of money for it and stuff. So yeah, that's going to be good. And additionally as well, we've got youth programs. Paul Dolphins are going through pre-season 2. The under-19 start the defence of their championship this Saturday in a pre-season tournament. And also we are affiliated with the Bournemouth University Bobcats as well. We train in the same place as them. And obviously they are preparing for the playoffs as we speak. Or I say we are preparing for the playoffs as we speak.
That's yeah. So I do help her with the artwork with the Union Ball stuff we did. And when I seen 2 Bournemouth Bobcats, I was like, yeah, there's definitely going to be an affiliation.
Yeah, it's an affiliation, yeah. So that season's been fun.
How can Lee, if you got any questions, mate, just throw them in by any means, mate. Don't how can people register interest to join, whether that be youth, junior, or adults? How can they contact Bournemouth Bobcats?
Well, obviously we have all our social media pages. We're very present on all of them. We do advertise quite a lot in terms of in terms of just posts and stuff like that. We tried to get things out to the local community as well. We try and hit people up in gyms if we see someone doing an impressive lift. I did that 2 weeks ago. So yeah, like that. It's just recruiting any way, which way we can. Obviously, more recruitment means more growth for the sport. A bigger squad means more healthy squad. So yeah, it's continuous even through the season. For the season after, we never stop recruiting. Like I suppose, like every team. So
yeah, you mentioned growth in the sport.
Yeah,
for me, we've got a bit of an issue at the moment with the britballs aspect, and the 2Ds. COVID killed it off for me. For a lot of people,
yeah.
But also, and it's something that not many people have spoken about. But there's also a cost of living crisis as well.
Yeah.
That we're currently in. What do you think that we could do to improve this beautiful game? Because for me, this game is the best thing that's more.
Yeah.
Apart from my wife, who might be here, Wigan, it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
But like I'm with you on that. Like, it's my passion, it's my love. Like it's no other sport comes close to it for me. But I don't know. It's like I almost kind of want to plead the fifth on it a little bit and just kind of
No,
the governing body.
what I'm
Go on.
asking is what would you do to improve the sport? So for me, I
Yeah,
would
go on.
I would run NFL camp, like britball camps,
Yeah,
up and down the UK, make
yeah,
them easy accessible, because
yeah,
a lot of them, again, we're assuming people to get to them, they've got to drive or they've got to use public
yeah,
transport. Can we do stuff where 2 or 3 clubs, although they might not want to, we encourage them to work together to host something in a neutral venue,
yeah.
to encourage people, just things like that,
I do think. I think two things. I think geography is always an issue in Britball. Obviously, it is cost of living. We have to pay, either we all have to car share, or for us to go to South Wales is not cheap.
How many hours in a drive is that?
Last year, I think we left at around 6 and we got back at about 10, give or take. We stop though. We don't like to rush. We like to stop and chill out and stuff. But like, I like there's potential. And at the end of the day, I'll say this first before I go into the next thing. The way stuff is going is positives. I'm looking at stuff like Aztecs offering away teams things. Like, no one's done that before. That's
I
great.
love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll be completely honest. At the start, I was a little bit. I didn't like it because obviously we're playing Apache, and Apache don't get the same benefits as Aztecs. But like, I came from it from a really moronic viewpoint, but the more and more I look at it, I think it's awesome what they're doing. The London EFA team in 2027, that's growth. Like, all these things are happening. So, as much as it's not looking good at the moment, like, there's things that are coming into that aren't necessarily affiliated with Britball, but EFA, Bucks, and the Aztecs as well. Everything is growing in conjuncture, and I do think eventually, if everyone just kind of relaxes a little bit, these aren't all specifically to do with BAFA or the governing body, but like, at least the light's being shone on football over here. And we've just got to, when that opportunity comes, all of us, all the chairmans, all the GMs, they've just got to make the most of it. That's what I think.
Obviously, being from the Cats, Cambridgeshire Cats, we're going to utilise that opportunity that Bristol have given us.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone comes dressed up as in the right stuff, and we're going to get our transport paid for us. That's a massive part of the club fees. We pay a lot of money into getting those coaches to go from Cambridge all the way down to Bristol. I mean, likewise with you, it's a long way. And obviously they're doing something right. They've got sponsorship. They've got so many investments. I mean, on the game days they have commentators who shout out all their sponsors, and I'm just sitting there going, how have you managed to get that? I've been on the committee, and I've been trying to get these local businesses to invest. And obviously,
the great thing is, hopefully, a lot of if other teams can look at Aztec success, bearing in mind, let's assume it's going to continue on a good trajectory, but then there's evidence for other GMs and other chairmen to be like, look, as a business model, this can work. So for local businesses, like, look, I can show you proof of concept that this business model works, and hopefully more Prem teams. Hopefully, it siphons down to Div 1 as well. Maybe if we're lucky, Div 2 might be a bit of a stretch to get investment. But do you know what I mean? Like, the more and more that's going to come in, the more and more the light that's going to get shone on us. Not necessarily us in Britball, but just football in England.
I've played under some really good GMs, and I've played under some really poor GMs. When I talk about really good GMs, I talk about like, the Bucks, the Lancashire Buccaneers. I'm at a decent club now. Halton Spartans. We used to play in Widnes Rugby Stadium, which holds 14,000 people. We were a Div 2 team.
Yeah,
a Div 2 team, and we got sponsors from all sorts of places because it was a fortune to play in that stadium.
Yeah.
Because
obviously those investors and sponsors could put their stuff around the stadium whilst you're playing, right?
Yeah, but it was other things. It was like players coming to socials. So Halton Spartans were really big on the socials.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 or 4 socials a year, but I'm old school. So I when I went to play for a normal soccer team, it was like, right, look, you come to the away games, you come to the home games, and after every game we go for a bite to eat at the sponsor, or this or that. Yep. So this is just normal bread and butter for me. But I think we've got a generation of youth that are like, oh no, I'm too busy for that, I'm too cool for that, I don't want to do that. But that's how you get your sponsors. You keep your sponsors happy.
You give back.
your coaches for your away trips and that we all want, because
Yeah,
there is no better sesh, because we don't swear, we can't say swear words on here, but there's no better drink sesh or whatever than an away trip, and you've got 4
I
lads,
agree.
6 lads doing the
Yeah,
initiation, and
I agree.
you know, it's making memories.
Like even on the coach home, it's a vibe. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like even if you don't go to a pub, like coach home beers are a
yeah,
vibe, or coach home drinks are a vibe. Like
yeah.
so, yeah, like yeah. So I do think like that it will come, and we just I do think we have to be patient. I look down here in Bournemouth, we literally have the Vitality Stadium, so it's not like we're going to end up playing in a stadium because a Premier League team aren't just going to give us their stadium. But you know, there may be opportunities. Like we have a beautiful place right now, and also, so we're as I said, we're next to the airport. We also have a seated and standing dugout as well. No, stand for people to stand in if it's raining. We also now have dugouts for the away team on the other side. Like we have good facilities, but what I want to see everyone get facilities like that. Like if I'm completely honest, we play in White Lowers, and our first game is away to South Wales, and they're just going to get trashed. So I want everyone to play on 4G so they don't trash my lowers.
Do you know what?
For one, that's one reason, as much as that's the smallest reason as much as any. But
So this brings me to my next question. Then the worst pitch for everyone to answer. The worst pitch you've ever played on. I'll go first. And I know they've changed pitches, so I'm not trying to dig an argument. I invite you onto the show. Birmingham Bulls, their old pitch, there wasn't a piece of grass on there. And their changing rooms could have survived COVID, a nuclear bomb, a lightsaber. It was the worst thing I've ever played on. It was a mud bath. Lee, I'm going to go to you. What was the worst pitch you ever played on?
Well, talking about nuclear bombs, this stadium is built on top of a Blitz bunker. Can you guess where it is? Yes, it is the London Blitz. It is a athletics track that is built on top of a concrete bunker.
Right.
So the soakaway is absolutely terrible. When we go to play there, it's normally post sort of an athletics meet. So there's hammer throw divots everywhere, shot put divots. You end up running down there and you sprain your ankles. You just dug your heel into a hole. It is a death trap. And I don't think anyone in the Prem South will disagree with me on that one.
Okay, Perry, you're up, mate.
it is same but different. It's London Blitz B, which I assume is the same place. It's a toss-up, and for 2 different reasons. So that for all of the reasons you just said about that pitch, it's uneven and stuff like that. I believe at one point our QB got his foot stuck in the ground when he was trying to go into a drop back and like just fell. But that I would probably say that. But also when it's really sunny, I hate the Cheetahs ground so much. When it's sunny, I just get so cut up like that. It's so dry. I don't know why. It's drier than normal other places. I'm sure of it. But at the same time, they do make their end zones and their halfway line look cool. So, you know, swings and roundabouts.
They do.
Swings and roundabouts for them. So I'll probably say Blitz. I'll probably say that one game I played Blitz B against, because it was a playoff.
Okay, going back to your group. Obviously, we know who your opponents are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come up with a very, very blunt question. Where
All
are you
right.
finishing this year?
Top.
Oh, straight into it.
Didn't even have to think
straight
about that.
there, just like top, love it.
I would expect other people from other teams to say exactly the same thing. That's what I would expect. I believe
I'm interested.
I have a lot of belief in us this year, as I should. Otherwise, you know, that everyone needs to have this set of beliefs. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Obviously, without obviously disclosing too much, have you had a good sort of pre-season with recruitment, getting people through the door? Obviously, you've got the link in with the university. Have you got a lot of guys coming in from them? I know, you know, from the Cats, we obviously have 3 fairly big universities that we sort of pull from when it comes to this time of year when their season starts.
Poach. Say the word. Poach.
Poach. Well, I don't like poach. I just like, you know, forceful encouragement.
I
love it. So what was the question again?
How have you recruited well?
I think we have. Yeah, there has been. We're in the double digits with recruitment quite easily, so that's good. Obviously, you expect some natural tail off with that, roughly 30%. So, you know, hopefully we'll be able to keep double digits. We've had a couple of players come up from Poole. Obviously, they've aged out of there now. One of them is looking spectacular. And then obviously, once the uni ball season's over, potentially we'll get more come across. Obviously, some people would like to go home to their families and stuff, which you totally understand. But hopefully, yeah, we'll get more coming over from there. So hopefully, we should have a really nice, healthy squad come week 1.
Perfect. I want to know how you got into football. So
American football. Oh, well,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
else is good? Watching or playing?
watching a plane.
Watching or playing?
Both. Give us yes. Both.
All right. So I became an Eagles fan. I can tell you the date. I'm pretty sure I know the date. January 20th, 2004. So I was 13. I was watching on Channel 5. It was Packers Eagles in the playoffs. It was 4th and 24. And McNabb just rifled one into Freddie Mitchell, who got the first down, and we won that game. And that turned me into an Eagles fan. So that's how I started watching football. It was obviously until the 2010s, we didn't really have it proper mainstream, did we? It was when we had Cecil and Kevin Cadle back on Sky Sports, and then obviously it's grown into Red Zone, etc. So that's how I got into watching it. How I got into playing it was our old GM. He had tried to tap me up a few times at the gym through my brother and stuff like that, just like try and get people on. But it was actually a friend of mine that I have in my NFL WhatsApp chat. We're just fans of NFL. They don't play it. I'm the only one that plays it. But he was just like, one day he was like, Perry, do you want to come down and try out for the Bobcats? And I was like, I've always been too scared to. So yes, if you're going down, I will go down. And that's how I started out. And it was great. It was happenstance, as it were, but I just fell in love with it immediately. I wanted to be a running back, as everyone did the first session, and by the end of the session, I was a corner. So there we go.
That's brilliant. Lee, you got any questions before I go to the next one?
Yeah, I was just about to say, how did you end up as a
Yeah,
corner?
I mean,
most people come to the Cats and say, I want to be a wide receiver, and then realise that they can't catch and end up as a corner. So I'm just wondering if it was the same scenario.
Not at all. We can you can ask many Bournemouth Bobcat players that I made an incredible pick at the end of training yesterday. So that's not the case for me. It just works with me better. I don't know why. I used to do gymnastics and trampolining when I was a kid, so I have all of this mobility and I have a lot of this good positive body proprioception that I can throw my body in any way direction and it knows what it's doing. So backpedaling to me isn't an issue, and it never has been. And I love the position because I'm either the hero or the villain, and I love that pressure. So
Awesome.
I'm usually the hero.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You mentioned it was your club's 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
You've got a Saturday night game. Will any old players be turning up? What's the plan for that?
For sure, yeah. So we've got so we do plan to have a number of alumni, ex-Bobcat players come down. Hopefully, all players all the way back from the 90s and 80s. But we'll see what happens. But it's we're calling it our homecoming game. So we tried to do it last year, but it rained really badly, so it didn't go as we planned to. But this year, hopefully, it'll be really, really good. And at halftime, I think at halftime we're going to have like a presentation for the alumni and stuff like that. There may be more stuff, but that's still in the planning stage at the moment. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's going to be cool. I just kind of wish it was going to be a Saturday night game, because it's going to be in June and it's not going to be dark, is it? It's going to be like dusk, so it's not quite a Saturday night game.
You mentioned that you're also doing an Armed Forces Day as well. Now I'm ex-military myself. My last posting was down on the south coast, just outside Portsmouth. Have you got some affiliations with some local garrisons, regiments, and inviting them down to come watch the game?
We a fair few of our team members also play for the army team. And RAF as well. We have some RAF members in there as well. Like we're well versed in the forces in our team. It's just good. What else was I going to say? I've lost my trail of thought. What was your question again? Sorry, I do this sometimes.
Have you got any regiments going down or anything like that?
So we again planning sessions, but our GM has a high position at the Tank Museum down in Bovington. So I don't know if that means a tank will come down. I assume it's not, but
You never know, mate. You never know.
I think we do have plans to have marching band at halftime as well. So we're trying to make it as armed forces inclusive as we can. Hopefully, bring down some vehicles. Maybe that'll be great if we can do that. But yeah, a lot of it's in planning. So anything I'm saying is a maybe, as it were, for happening. Because obviously, there's a lot of planning going on at the moment.
Reach for the stars, man. I think the better you aim, the better it'll be.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I said top. If I don't say it, I can't manifest it.
No. And if you don't say it, it's Div 2 mentality.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
I say that all the time. Well, obviously, we're coming up to the end of the programme. Thank you very much for coming on. When's your first game in the season?
Oh, now you're asking me. I think it's April. You're asking me. The thing is, I'm looking at this. Yeah. Well, we posted our schedule earlier, so you could have a look. If you could have a look. I'm on my phone, so I can't have a look. But we posted our schedule a couple of hours ago.
1 minute, mate. I'll do that for you. 2 seconds. Let me have a look. Okay, so 3rd of April away to South.
I thought it was the 19th, so I'm glad it's not. I was not going to be there. So yeah,
South Wales Warriors, but you've got 2 games in a row against South Wales Warriors. Then you've got 2 weeks off, and then you're against Bournemouth Bobcats. You've got 3 games in a row. Oof.
They're always the tough ones when you got 3.
Hey, my team's got 4. 4 games in a row.
I think we had 3 away games on the bounce last year. I'm pretty sure, and then we had like a month break before our next game. So we couldn't really keep in the game. So maybe that contributed to the record, but I don't know. But you play the schedule that's in front of you at the end of the day. So can't complain about it.
Absolutely. Not too sure where.
Where's he gone? There he is.
I got kicked off my own stream. Right. Perry, will you come on again when we do the live broadcast? We're obviously in it from game week onwards. We'll be live on a Monday. Would you come back on again?
I'd love to. Yeah, awesome. I'd love to. It's been
awesome. Obviously, folks, we're going to be putting up recorded streams every Monday to talk about Monday Night Huddle. We want people to know about other teams in Britball. So if you want to come on and tell us about your team, what's going on, please do. Just remember, it is a PG program. We don't want to swear. We're not like that. We just want this to be acceptable for everyone. So right, let's do this. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been the first episode of Monday Night Huddle. I've been Matteo.
Lee.
You're muted. You're muted. I can't even hear you.
I'm not.
I can hear him.
He's been Lee, and he's been.
I've been Perry.
Thank you very much, folks. We will see you next week. Lee, as usual, you're speechless. Cheers, folks. Take care.